Hello! Today we're using Rguroo to create a histogram. In order to create a histogram, you do need a set of data. We're using the set of data serial. This is a data set that we imported from the Wiley Rguroo repository. I showed you how to do that in a previous video. So this is the data set we will be using for our graph today. So in order to do a histogram, you're going to look on the tool menu on the left and choose plots. So you're going to choose the up arrow just to the left of plots so that it expands. And then you will see the option to create plot. If you click the arrow next to create plot, you will see a list of different plots that you can choose from. You can choose bar plot, box plot, bubble plot, dot plot, histogram, pie graph, scatter plot, and stem and leaf. We're going to make a histogram today. So click histogram and you will see a histogram box will pop up, and you will see three yellow tabs at the top: basics, details, and level editor. The basics, this is the one that's open right now. This is the window we're using to create the actual histogram. So what you're going to do is you're going to select a data set. So you'll see on the top left it says data set, select a data set. So you click here and choose your data set that you want to create the histogram from. And again, we're using serial. Then below that, you have to choose the variable that you want it to create the histogram for. So if we click the down arrow next to that, you'll see all the different numerical variables. And so in this case, I told you we're going to do calories. So choose calories. At this point, you really have all you need to create a basic histogram. Okay, so to create your basic histogram, you can hit this little eyeball on the right of the histogram box. If you click that, then your histogram will pop up. If you scroll down, you can see this is our histogram. So it's titled Histogram of Calories. It's labeled on the bottom calories, and on the left-hand side it has frequency. And so then you have your histogram. So you can see the number of cereals that are between that have between 60 and 80 calories. Looks like it's halfway between 0 and 5, or maybe a little more than halfway. So it looks like it's about 3. And so you could read the histogram that way. Now, if you want to save this so that you can come back to it and edit it and revisit it again, you'll notice at the top it says Save As, and next to it it has a block where you can rename it. I'm going to name it Serial. I can't spell today. Serial Calorie Histogram. All right, and you just hit Save As, and so then what happens is you'll notice that it is now over here under your plots on the left. So you can always go back and reopen this unless you delete it. Now, that's all you have to do to create a basic histogram, but I want to show you a couple other things under basics. So if you want to make some edits to what we just did, click back on basics and that window pops back up. You can change the title of the entire graph, the title of the x-axis and the y-axis, or the labels. You can change that under label. So maybe I'll type cereal calories. Histogram. But you do not have to change that. But what I did want to show you is that you can change this to a relative frequency histogram by, on the very bottom, you see where it says type. You can choose relative frequency instead, and then click that little eyeball. And now you'll notice that instead of frequencies, you have relative frequencies on the left, which is kind of cool. All right. You'll also notice that I had changed the title, and that has happened here. I'm going to click back on basics and show you a couple other things. I'm going to change this back to a frequency histogram. But if I wanted to add the counts, that means the heights of the bars, I could click counts, and then I could preview it by clicking on the eyeball, and look at this. The height of each of the bars is listed above the bar. So you don't have to guess that this is somewhere between 0 and 5, so we think it might be 3. You can see that it's actually 3. And the second bar is actually 6. And then the frequency of cereals that fall between 100 and 120 calories is 37. Going back to basics, you can also add the percentages if you wanted to have frequency and relative frequency numbers listed. You could have both. All right? And so, really quick, what you can do, you can save this. You can save the image. You can save it by right-clicking on the graph, and you can click Save Image As, and then save it. The other thing that you can do is you can right-click it and you can copy the image. So I chose Copy Image. And then you can open a Word document and you can paste it. So it's a paste special. So I'm going to right-click, and I'm going to choose Paste. But I need to choose Picture or Paste Special. Oops. And you can see I have pasted my histogram into a Word document. So there you have it. That is how to create a histogram and how to insert it into another document. Okay, if you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask.